There's another universe. Please make some noise.
Hey, my little raggities, what is up? How are we doing today? How are we feeling? If you are new here, I am Raina Swan, aka your new book bestie, aka what? Big Raggedy, period. I heard you say it. I know you said it. Don't worry, we here. Because I know you said what you said when you said it. I felt it. Anywho, I'm so glad you are here. Like I said, if you are new here, your girl posts Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and you might find a little short or two in between. So stay connected, join my book club, join my Discord. Let's get locked in, okay? You got some catching up to do, so come with the kick drum.
Come with the kick drum, Gary. On the kick drum. Come.
Let's go. So anywho, I'm going to be highlighting some very special books that, you know, just gave me all the feelings, books that had me forgetting that I was even reading, books that just made time go by so fast that when you looked at the clock, you were like, how long have I been sitting here? I have 5 books here, nothing major. And the thing about me is that when I read, I like books that really pull me in and make me invested in the characters. It has to be something that might be relatable or something that is just super like terrifying, that I'm like, oh my God, I would never want that to happen to me. And so those type of books really pull me in, especially books that are focused on family drama, suspense, and books that are just gonna make me feel for the character. You know, I'm a little crybaby, so sometimes when I read books, I'd be like, oh, like, dang, I hate that they going through that. So anywho, let's get into book number 1. Okay, so first on the list we have Sisters with a Side of Greens by Michelle Stimpson. Now, Michelle girl, when you was doing your PR and you was finding influencers and you was sending out, you know, packets of seasoning and stuff, I had put on my book talk, y'all. I was like, now Michelle, I like spices. Why I didn't get a little box of spices with a book? Y'all, she didn't see that video for like she didn't see the video until like months later, and she just was laughing under my comments. I said, well, what is funny? Like, I'm like, why'd you laughing at me, girl? You still got them seasoning packets? You don't want to send me none? I like to cook greens. What's going on? But I never got my greens. I never got my seasoning packets. I never got my signed book. But it's okay, Michelle girl, because I went and bought the book anyway, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, so it is about 2 sisters who have lost their parents. So it's just us against the world in this life of it. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's just them against the world. But unfortunately, they are at odds. Like, can't stand each other, might have to squabble up if they see each other in person, or might not even acknowledge each other if they were standing in the same room. Have you ever done that? Like, just been in the room with somebody and you know that they see you and y'all see each other, but y'all act like y'all don't know each other? I have. It's actually quite hilarious. So, these 2 sisters, they are not fooling with each other. Now, one of the sisters had a dream of opening a restaurant, and all they needed was $40. They needed $40 to register their business. Now, this was decades ago, okay? So I know you're probably thinking like $40, but they haven't spoken in decades. So one of the sisters was supposed to go register the business. She didn't do it. We don't know what she did with the money. Maybe she got a little problem. Who knows? We don't know. Well, I know, but you know, we don't know why she needed the money. All we know from this synopsis is that homegirl did not do what she was supposed to do. So now they beefing. And so when the time comes again for one of the sisters to, try again, and she's like, this time I'm gonna handle my own affairs. I'm not gonna, involve anybody. I'm just gonna open my business and do what I gotta do. She's like, damn, one of my best recipes from our mom, I don't remember it at all. Like, damn, where is this recipe? I don't know. I can't think of it. I don't remember. Damn, I gotta call my sister. She can't get in touch with the sister. So she's like, dang, now I gotta go act like I like this bitch so I can get this recipe. So she goes to like meet up with her sister, try to reconcile under the guise of like, oh, let's work it out. But really she just wants the damn recipe or whatever. So we have this ongoing feud, siblings at odds. Then there's like another side character that comes into play that has their own issues going on. So I feel like their character is supposed to be the glue for what is going on between the two sisters. So if you are a person who likes movies that have like strong family themes, like movies like Soul Food, This Christmas, like movies like that, I feel like this is the perfect book for you because it has that Sunday dinner feel. It has that black cinema feel to it, and once you get in the thick of it and realize why these sisters are at odds and what exactly happened with the $40, you're gonna be like, oh. And then you're gonna have to pick a side, like who was right, who was wrong, and all that juicy stuff. So definitely check out Sisters with a Side of Greens. And yeah, pick a side, honey. Pick a side. Now, I read this about 2 years ago, and I don't remember whose side I was on. So maybe I'm gonna have to revisit this at some point. So we'll see. Next on the list, we have a classic, okay? Now, this book probably made me forget I was reading because I've seen the movie hundreds of times, but don't be alarmed because even though we probably all seen Waiting to Exhale hundreds of times, the book is even more juicy, okay? Now, when I was reading this book, I was like, hold on, because why is y'all doing my girl Robin like this? Like, it is nothing like the movie. When I tell you, they wasn't really like locked in with Robin like that in this book. Like, you know how they portrayed in the movie where like everybody is like this and they tight and they dancing in the living room, like it's a vibe. But they was low-key throwing shade at Robin in this book. I was like, oh my God, this is not what the movie was giving. And I have a tab, and this is why she should have sold all his shit. Y'all, y'all, I had a tab in here. And I'm gonna just read y'all my thoughts from whenever I read this book. I think it was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago when I read this book. And I said, and this is why she should have sold all his shit at a higher price. She was tripping. Y'all remember when Bernadine had that damn yard sale and she was selling everything for $1? So I'm assuming on this page something has been revealed that probably wasn't in the movie that makes the hit even harder as to them getting a divorce. And I was like, she definitely should have been selling that shit at least $10. Come on, $5, $10, something. She said she sold all his shit for $1. And I'm like, girl, why would you do that? So what I really admire about this book is the self-discovery. Like, You know, we all go through a trial and error period, and some of us are still even going through that period where we're trying to find ourselves in life, in relationships, and things can get messy, things can get complicated. But if you hone in on who you are and find self love, you come to discover who you truly are, and you bloom and you blossom into who you were created to be. So that's what I really enjoyed about reading this book, because you see the women go through all this scandalous stuff, and then in the end they can rejoice and, you know, really celebrate the women they had become. So yes, if you have not read Waiting to Exhale, but you've watched the movie, I'm gonna say you should read the book too, because it's just as good, if not better, than the movie. This is one of the times where I was like, okay, now I see why people say that books are better than film adaptations, because yeah, a lot of this stuff was not in the movie, and I was just shocked. I was like, whoa, this is not the Waiting to Exhale I remember, honey. So yeah, definitely put this on your TBR, because this is like one of my favorite books. Okay, so this next book I read earlier this year with Booked and Busy with Brandy book club over on Fable, and we were reading The Bitter Truth by Sonora Williams. Now, going into this, I was not expecting to like or enjoy this book as much as I did, because I had just came off the heels of reading like 2 to 3 other Sonora Williams books, and I was just like, oh, this is, I won't say mid, but I'm just like, this not my cup of tea. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. So when I got into this one, because I was just like, you know what, the book is on my shelf. My girl, she is reading in her book club. I'm gonna join in with them. So I'm happy I did, because this is my favorite Sonora Williams book so far. Now, Sonora, she got a pretty lengthy catalog, and I haven't gotten into her fantasy reads, her fantasy books, and all the other things that she has written. But out of the 4 to 5 books, 5 books I've read by her, this might be my favorite. So what I really enjoyed about this book is that, one, y'all know I love a short chapter, but I love a short chapter that can do a lot with a little. Okay, so as the chapters go on, the tension builds, and it just gets higher, and the anxiety grows and the anticipation grows, and it's starting to become a mind game, because you don't know what's real, you don't know what these characters have done to deserve certain things, and then when it all starts coming together, you're like, oh, you bastard. Oh my God, it's just such a like, and then you're just immediately locked in, and you just want to get to the end so you can figure out like how all of this is going to play out. So you have a married couple, and one is running for some sort of political seat, and his wife is giving all the support she can give, but while her husband is giving these speeches and kissing babies, he is starting to see this crazy looking woman at every campaign, and things just take a turn from there. And the wife, she's like, I need to do some digging of my own, because something ain't right. And what she finds, child, if somebody calls somebody, help me, help this situation, please. It's a lot going on. So definitely you want to read this if you are looking for a quick thriller that is messy and a little dark This probably would be perfect for the month of October because it gives creepy vibes for sure. Now, this next book is for fans of Criminal Minds and Gone Girl. So, if you like a good, wild time with a lot of mystery, suspense, and chaotic horror, then you want to definitely pick up In There He Kept Her. This is a book full of small town secrets that grabs you from the very first chapter. So you have a break-in that goes wrong. You have two teenagers, they break into a house on a remote lake, right? And they looking for something. They looking for drugs. They looking for prescription drugs. They know there's an old man in this home, and they like, he's old. Let's go steal his drugs. It'll be all right. There's a problem here with that, okay? Emmett, the old man, he's been hiding a secret in his basement for more than 2 decades, and these teenagers just broke into said basement. Yeah. So the teenagers become prey. And it gives very much the horror thriller movie that came out in 2016, Don't Breathe. Y'all know that movie with the old blind man that has something or someone in his basement, and these kids thought that they was going to take advantage of the fact that he couldn't see, and they broke in and he whooped their ass plus more. Yeah, you might want to check out this book if you like movies with elderly people who can also be villains and who possess a certain level of skill set that might be terrifying if you aren't careful. So this book was so good. Now, I did try to get into the other 2 books that are a part of this series, and I just couldn't do it. But this first book is good though, so definitely check it out. Next on the list is a coming of age story wrapped in a little family thriller. We have This Golden State by Maren Wisenberg, and this book reminds me of a movie that could be on Netflix, or this could be like a series on a streaming site. So let's get into what this book is about and why it made me forget that I was reading. So you guys know that I love family drama. So when I first received this book as an ARC, I was so excited because I was like, ooh, the synopsis sounds really, really good. You have a young girl who is on the run with her family. I don't even think she knows her name. I don't know why I'm getting that like feeling, but I read this like 5 years ago. But all I remember is that they didn't tell her their identity or want her to know like the crime that they committed. All she knew was that she was on the run and that, you know, she couldn't really make friends or let people get too close to her because they had to keep their identity under wraps. So she gets tired of that shit. Like, imagine being a kid and you are just bouncing from place to place, state to state, and you are never able to make friends, or, you know, you just kind of like an outcast because you are forced to isolate yourself. And so she gets tired of that shit, and she orders a home DNA test because she needs to figure out what the hell is going on and why are my parents acting the way they're acting. Are they serial killers? Did they murder somebody? Did they steal somebody organs? Like, what is going on? Like, why are y'all being so weird? So she orders the home DNA test, and things just start to unravel from there. She does meet a boy, a little raggedy head boy, And things are starting to look up for her. She's starting to feel like she belongs. She's there in California, and things are just starting to feel right now. Of course, when things are starting to feel right, shit goes wrong, and Honey has to make a decision. Does she keep sacrificing her happiness for her family, or does she live life on her own terms? And I think this book really sucked me in because I couldn't imagine not being able to be social with people and just kind of block people out or keep people away, and not even really having the full understanding of who my parents are, because shit is so secretive and they're, you know, trying to protect themselves from something. So yeah, I feel like this is a really good book that has heavy themes of identity and finding yourself. And I think those themes are compelling to me because, you know, we're all searching for the truth about who we are and our purpose and all of the things that make us who we are. And so I think that is one of the reasons why I just ate this arc up at the time, and I just needed to get through it. And of course, we all love family secrets, right? No, not just me. Okay. Well, anywho, drop down in the comments right now and tell me one book that you just could not put down, that you just had to get through, make it to the end because you just needed to know what was going on. Or you could even drop down in the comments and tell me a book that you still think about to this day, because all of these books, I still think about them. Every now and then I'll be like, dang, I wonder what our girl is doing. I wonder how life is treating my girl. Like, I wonder if her parents got caught up in that mess. So anywho, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can leave me a little swan or heart. And I will see you in Saturday's video. Don't be late because I do drop at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay? Because your girl is in California. Like our girl here. What if she's not even in California anymore? Like, what? This is just... We need a part 2. Married, we need a part 2.